But first, we head on out to Phoenix, Arizona. Great neck of the woods. That's where my sister and family live. I'm very familiar with that area. He's got a great ministry. He's going to tell us all about it. He's going to play some great songs as well. Please welcome, I do believe, for the first time on Red's Room. First timer, yes. Please welcome David C. Vaughan to the show. David, good evening. Welcome to a Friday night here on Red's Room.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Awesome. I appreciate it. It's great when you have a platform to get your music out there, obviously. And yeah, writing Christian stuff, you obviously want to not just target Christian people, but you know, this music is available for everybody. Obviously,
Amen.
just word is. So, this song I'm going to open up with is called "Under the Lightning." This song is probably one of my best songs that I think. And my brother produced the video, so it's really important to have video for music these days, obviously. And he's going to school for video. He's got drones and all kinds of stuff. He's really good. He's talented, so he's got a knack for that. He used to be my drummer in old bands. I've done tons of bands. I've been signed on Sony Records, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Anyway, not trying to. But so I've been doing this a long time. This is my solo stuff. It means, a lot to me because my other stuff was more secular and bass is my main instrument. So guitar is not my forte. But this song "Under the Lightning" is about, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but there is a passage in the Bible where Christ warns us, they're going to say, "I'm here," and I'm paraphrasing, but I'm here, I'm there, I'm in the desert, I'm over here, I'm there. And the second coming I'm talking about. And the bottom line is Christ, he says, don't go, because you're going to know I'm coming when I'm coming out of the sky, out of the clouds with an army of angels behind me, a Lord of Lords and King of Kings tattooed on my left thigh. And I take that literally. So, and that's what the song is about.
Let's take it away. David C. Vaughan right here, opening up tonight's edition of Red's Room.
You guys ready? Here we go. Some of the night, out of the lightning you come, flashing out of the east, rolling into the west now when it comes. He came as a lamb, he comes back as a lion when he comes. As sure as the birds fly, as sure as the mountains touch the sky. Here we go. The day will come when the world will see you come down from the sky. With angels by your side. The day will come when the world will see you. We'll see you with our eyes. Look up now, look up now. Under the lightning, under the lightning, you will come. It's coming out of the east, we're rolling into the west now when it comes. Here is the lamb. Here is the lamb. He comes back as a lion when he comes. The wind blows as you're watching the clouds just drift on by. The day will come when the world will see you come down from the sky. With angels by your side. The day will come when the world will see you. We'll see you with our eyes. Look up now, look up now. Under the lightning, under the lightning, under the lightning. Under the lightning, the day will come when the world will see you come down from the sky. With angels by your side. The day will come when the world will see you. We'll see you with our eyes. Look up now, look up now. Under the lightning when it comes. As sure as the rays come from the sun. Under the lightning, under the lightning, yeah. Yeah, I messed up on one part. That was pretty bad, but yeah, thanks.
It's all good. David C. Vaughan, right here on Reserve, kicking us off tonight. How long has music been a part of your life? Have you been doing music since a very young age? And when did you make the transition over into doing primarily the Christian music stuff?
Oh, you know what? Well, I've always, alongside everything else I was doing, I always, sat down with an acoustic guitar and wrote ideas and made songs and wrote songs. My dad, I grew up in a home with music. So my dad played guitar and piano and was a songwriter. And my mom was a Beatles freak. I don't know if that counts, but
It sure does, yes.
every album, I still have them on vinyl. But yeah, music has always been a part of my life. I feel like, music is kind of ingrained in my DNA type of thing. Like Michael Jackson once said, I am music, it's kind of like, I'm not, this is kind of along those lines. I couldn't live without it. Obviously, I'm sure none of us could here. And well, we all feel the same way. So I'm sure. But
Desiree says, good song. For what it's worth, I couldn't tell if you messed it up. So that's always a great thing as a musician. If you can't tell, there you go.
I just had a brain fart for a second.
Charlene, good evening. How you doing? Monica, good evening. How are you? Desiree says, looking forward to listening to all these amazing artists tonight. Amen to that. Thanks everybody watching us on Facebook. What's the next song you got there to share with us, David?
I got one called Endless Ocean. So obviously it kind of speaks for itself. God's grace and his love and mercy. They're just endless. It just goes on forever and ever. It's like looking at an ocean that just has no shoreline, it just is so, abundant, and everybody can access that, It's actually pretty amazing. So it's called Endless Ocean, and it's about his love and his grace and his mercy. And yeah, that's what it's about.
Endless Oceans. David C. Vaughan right here on Red's Room.
Do it. So there was a time that I thought I could run with wolves, because I thought you couldn't see me. And there was a place that I thought I could hide, but you found me. I was naked and cold, exposed in the wild. You never give up, now you never let go of me. Yeah, you always do remember. But there was a time that I thought I could run away with wolves, because I thought you couldn't see me. Your love, it's like an endless ocean. It's filled with your mercy and grace. Your love, it's like a sweet addiction. I never wanna leave this place. Never wanna leave. No, 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 no. There's a breeze, and it comes in the night. I hear, and it sounds just like a whisper. It's your heart, and it turns me around once more. It's sure that I am worthy. There's the king. He's the king of all kings who reigns. And he pulls him out from under. There's a time that I thought that I could run with. Whoa. Because I thought you couldn't see me. Your love is like an endless ocean that's filled with your mercy and grace. Your love, it's like a sweet addiction. I'm never gonna leave this place. It covers everything, everything. Covers everything that I need. I turn my heart around facing you. I'm never ever gonna have to be no more, no more. Your love, it covers everything, everything. Covers everything that I need. I'm trying my heart around facing you. I'm never ever gonna have to be. Your love is like an endless ocean. Yes, with your mercy and grace. Your love is like a sweet addiction. I'm never gonna leave this place. Your love is like an endless ocean. That's filled with your mercy and grace. Your love is like a sweet addiction. I'm never gonna leave this place. No, 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 no. Yeah. Okay. Endless Ocean, guys. Thank you.
Endless Ocean. There you go. David C. Vaughan right here on Res Room tonight. Lisa says, such a great night of music. Yes, you're being with us for both shows tonight, so appreciate you.
Well, it's only been me so far, so I guess I must be great.
Doing great, doing great. Thanks to all who watched both of our shows tonight. Trina Merriman says, watching from Corvallis, Montana. Wow. Yes, Corvallis, Montana is in the house. Shout out to favorite independent artist, Richard Andrew. Yes, Richard will be with us a little bit later on. Good evening, Lisa. Good evening, TJ. TJ, he's performing later on the program. He's from Colorado with his friends in Parker. Looking forward to a great night. Yes. And great to have you with us here on the program. What's next for you, David? Musically, you're going to be doing more songwriting, more performing. What you got next musically that you're going to be doing here in these next couple of weeks and months?
Oh, that's a great question. You know, I don't know. COVID seemed to slow a lot of things down for a lot of businesses, a lot of people, and especially the music business. So, you know, I don't really have a game plan right now in music. I own a restaurant here in Scottsdale, Arizona, believe it or not. It's called Happy's Hamburgers. Google it.
All right.
Don't live here. It's a fun little place. 3 years coming up. It's been successful, and you know, I'm not trying to plug it, but that's kind of what I'm doing right now. It takes up a lot of my time, but I would love to, you know, get on some kind of Christian circuit doing my music. But yeah, that's a whole nother story. I gotta plug in I gotta get the work done to get out there and do it.
Sometime this summer, my sister lives down in the Phoenix area. Sometime between now and the summer, I plan on going down there again and visiting. So when I get down there next, I'm going to look that up, but I'm going to try to visit Happy's Hamburgers down there.
Yeah, Scottsdale and Shea. It's a pretty popular. It's in Scottsdale, so.
I love it. I was just down last time out. I was just down visiting a musician friend of mine near the Scottsdale airport, so I'm familiar with that area. I can definitely go check it out.
Yeah, we get a lot of great reviews on Yelp and Google, and It's a smash type burger. It's simple. We steam the bun. It's got sliced onions. It melts right into the meat. Blah blah blah. It's pretty good. So
Perfect. I would love that. Yes,
yeah,
I'll definitely look you up next time I'm in town there for sure. What's the
yeah.
next song you got for us there, David?
It's called Flesh and Bones. It's one of the earlier songs I wrote on guitar. Like I said, I'm a bass player, but so yeah, and I hate to point out my flaws, but yeah, I did mess up in that last. So I'm 2 for 2 so far, but I haven't.
All good, man. All good.
I've been playing a lot of guitar. So this one's called Flesh and Bones. I wrote it a while ago. It kind of speaks for itself. We're made of flesh and bone. Genesis says we come from the dirt, and we're gonna go back to the dirt. So we're a spirit being. We're a spirit. That's who we are. That's reality. And God is a spirit also. So we are connected. We are His children, and He lives inside us. Especially when you let Him live inside you and you accept the Holy Spirit into your heart. It's not my job to sit here and preach, but yeah, it's about that. And this flesh and bone stuff is something we got to watch out for. It's Satan comes through all our senses, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and the ears. And we are the sum total. No matter what you think, you're the sum total of everything you've ever put in your brain, you've seen, you've smelled, you've tasted, you've heard. You are the sum total of that. As James Allen said, he quoted Solomon and he named his book after it, As a Man Thinketh. As a man thinketh in his mind and in his heart, so is he. That's who you are. So Solomon was a great king, if anybody out there didn't know that. So, and God favored him. So this is Flesh and Bone, and it just brings us back to Genesis. So here we go. There comes a time in his life when he looks back and sees his foolish pride. Tearing down the empty dreams, regretting what he's done, taking you for a ride. And as the world is standing down, you feel the heart of man slowly sinking. They're having only faith in man and only the world that you live in. Made of flesh and bones, but what about your spirit? As it lives on, made of flesh and bones. How could we be so frail and hard to find? I'm sitting on the edge of space, I'm looking down at you. I know what you're thinking. As history repeats itself, mistakes that have been made, they're coming back around. Watching as the sun goes down on another day, slowly sinking. Having only faith in man and only the world that you live in. Made of flesh and bones, but what about your spirit? As it lives on, made of flesh and bones. How could we be so frail and hard to find? So hard to find in this world. We are so hard to find in this shell. Found in my soul. made from dust, turns to ashes below. My spirit and my soul will live on and on and on. Flesh and bones, but what about your spirit? As it lives on, made of flesh and bones. Could you be so frail? Made of flesh and bones. What about your spirit? As it soars on, made of flesh and bones. How could we be so frail and hard to find? Woo! Flesh and bones. I made it through that one.
Yes, you did. That is David C. Vaughan right here on Red's Room tonight. Who would you consider to be some of your musical influences over the years that have helped shape your music and your sound styling?
Well, like I said, I'm a bass player, and I've been in the secular world. So, bands like, as far as that goes, like classic rock, some of the Zeppelin stuff, and Thin Lizzy was a great band. Some of the more modern, Deftones. I love them. I love this vocal style of that, and the heaviness. I don't really get into a lot of angry or heavy music anymore, but even Pantera. Dimebag Darrell is one of my favorite guitar players, but I just don't get off on the aggression anymore. But in the Christian realm, I'm not really up on a lot. I like David Crowder. I like Third Day, getting old school. I like who was Jars of Clay. Some of their stuff was awesome, especially that song.
Which one?
What's that?
Which song was that?
Frail.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And I like Hillsong stuff. So their stuff, I kind of scout around on YouTube and just try to find cool stuff. I like that song Surrender. It's really awesome. And there's so many well, I don't know. I don't believe there's a lot of great Christian music out there. I think there needs to be because it's just kind of cookie cutter to me. I don't know. It's the radio is looking for that. I'm not about that, but they have their format, just like the secular world. It's kind of sad, but it's so David Crowder's cool because he's kind of offbeat a little bit, and he's got a long beard like me, so he's kind of cool. Anyway, stuff like that. And what else is one of my big ones? I like the old Third Day stuff, man. That just brings out a lot of me, like
yes,
King of Glory and stuff like that are great songs, Yeah.
Red messaged me. He goes, leave it to you, leave it to him and I. We will show you the non-cookie cutter stuff. We have a knack for finding independent artists that are not cookie cutter but talented just the same. So yes.
New stuff, yeah.
We got one more song, David. What you got for us?
This one is kind of it's a pretty epic song, like not from a bragging point, but again, all these songs are from God. I give all the glory to him because I don't play guitar, and obviously you can tell, but I'm a bass player. So this song is called Grace Rules, and I need to make a video for it. It's a song I wrote back in the day along with Flesh and Bones, and I was involved in a ministry that was all about grace and relationships, and that Pastor Darren Hufford wrote a book that the guy from the Shack that did that book got him published, helped him get published on, I think it was Time Warner. He wrote a book called The God's Honest Truth, but they made him change the name to something else. I don't know. I forget. But I read the original because I was part of the ministry. But yeah, it inspired me to write this song, Grace Rules. So it's about God's grace. I know we don't just live on that alone. People get, in this day and age, they take grace to another level where they're just like, oh, I'm under God's grace. I can do whatever I want. And there was a time where I kind of thought that in some ways, but no, as you grow in your faith, you learn we're not bound by the law. But again, we all know this, as obviously we're playing in a Christian forum. So, but it is all about grace, really. If you have grace in your heart, you're gonna follow the law, and you're gonna love on His grace and His mercy and His love. So that's what it's about. And here it goes. I can't see you with my eyes, no, but I know you're in my heart, yeah. My Father up in heaven, yeah. You said we would never part, no matter if I stumble, and no matter if I fall, you're always there to pick me up, yeah. Now you love me after all, you love me after all. Your grace rules, your grace rules, and I'm a child of God that has been forgiven. Your grace rules, your grace rules, and I'm a child of God that has been forgiven. Yeah, oh, celebrate me. Now you sent your only son down, not just to die for me. No, it was also for a relationship with you, so you could live in me, yeah. So no matter if I stumble, and no matter if I fall, you're always there to pick me up. Now you love me after all, you love me after all. Your grace rules, your grace rules, and I'm a child of God that has been forgiven. Your grace rules, your grace rules, and I'm a child of God that has been forgiven. Yeah. I wanna be a light onto the world for all to see. I wanna be a light onto the world, see you through me. I wanna be a light onto the world for all to see. I wanna be a light onto the world, see you through me, see you in me. Your grace rules, your grace rules, and I'm a child of God that has been forgiven. Your grace rules, your grace rules, and I'm a child of God that has been forgiven. Your grace rules, your grace rules, a child of God that has been forgiven. Your grace rules, your grace rules, and I'm a child of God that has been forgiven. A child of God that has been forgiven. Child of God that has been forgiven. Yeah, yeah. Grace rules, everybody. Thank you for listening. Dave Vaughan on Facebook, or David C. Vaughan is my band page name or whatever. But yeah, I'm there.
Yes, indeed. with all the great influences, Trina Merriman says, I knew I liked him for a reason. Yes,
It's all about the
indeed.
influences. Yep.
Oh, yes. David, so great to have you joining us. If for those who want to keep up in touch with you and your stuff you're going to be releasing, and where can we follow you on the socials and website and everything like that?
It's all about the Facebook thing. So you can hit me up. Like I said, I have a personal page, and I still have about room for another 1,000 followers. So, or friends. And then, you know, I'm always posting crazy stuff on there. And then, I have the band page, so to speak, David C. Vaughan, and it's Vaughan, just like Stevie Ray. It's my dad. No, I'm kidding.
Your logo covered.
No. Wait, we're hoping. Desiree Discola says, thank you for sharing your music. Yes, amen to that. David, so great to have you with us, getting another great night of Red's Room started. We appreciate you. Many continued blessings, personally and professionally, to you. Thanks for being with us here tonight on Red's Room.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
David C. Vaughan, everybody, from Phoenix, Arizona, kicking off this West Coast edition of the Friday night edition of Red's Room, as we do 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific every single Friday night.